Okay. Dear learners, as a wealth manager, you must know how to use financial system for wealth creation and wealth protection of investor. Financial system channelizes savings to most productive investments, which increases rate of return on investments. Now let's try to understand financial system step by step. We can categorize financial system into two parts. First, formal financial system. Second, informal financial system. Informal financial system doesn't work under regulators. For example, money lenders like you and me, friends, relatives who can lend money without any agreement, without any terms and conditions, they have their own system. Informal financial system doesn't come under financial regulators. Even they work in groups, they can work as an association like cheat funds. So that is about informal financial system. Now we'll see formal financial system. Formal financial system works under financial regulators. In India, we have six major financial regulators. First, Ministry of Finance. Second, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Third, Reserve Bank of India. Fourth, Securities and Exchange Board of India. Fifth, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. Sixth, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. Now we'll see about Ministry of Finance. Ministry of Finance has five different departments. Basically, Ministry of Finance is one of the important ministries of central government. It works as a treasury department of central government. It takes care of taxation, financial legislation, financial institutions, capital markets, central and state finances, and union budget. Now see the list of five departments. First is Department of Economic Affairs. Second, Department of Expenditure. Then Department of Revenue. Fourth one, Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. Fifth one, Department of Financial Services. Now we'll see the profile of these departments. First is Department of Economic Affairs. This department takes care of union budget and rail budget. It also makes different policies. To name few, it makes fiscal policy. Even this department takes care of public debt management. This department makes policy for smooth functioning of capital market and stock exchanges. This department also takes care of inflation and public finance. Even this department generate revenue for central government. Now it uses different resources, different sources to raise revenue for central government. Through taxation, it generates revenue for central government. Then by borrowing from national and international markets. Even this department on behalf of central government comes into agreement with different agencies, with different central governments of different countries. By having multilateral and bilateral agreements, even this department borrows money from the foreign market through sovereign funds. Then, then this department takes care of FII, FDI. Even this department produce banknotes and coins of various denominations. Now we'll see second department, Department of Expenditure. This department sanction major schemes. It appraises different projects. Then it implements the recommendation of Finance and Central Pay Commission, prepares central government accounts. This department coordinates matters concerning the Ministry of Finance. This department controls the National Institute of Financial Management, which is located in Faridabad. Even this department has different divisions like Finance 1, Finance 2 divisions, Financial Commission division, Staff Inspection Unit, Cost Accounts branch, Controller Journal of Accounts, and Central Pension Accounting. Now we'll see Department of Revenue. This department takes care of direct tax and indirect tax. Under CBDT, that is Central Board of Direct Taxes, it resolves matters related to direct taxes, and through CBISE, it resolves matters related to indirect taxes. Next department, Department of Financial Services. Under this department, banks, insurance, financial services, and pension funds work. Then it also takes care of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Last department, Investment and Public Asset Management. This department takes care of central government equity. Now, most of the public companies are de-investing their shares. Now, disinvestments are happening. So, who regulates that? Then this department takes care of disinvestment. Disinvestment is nothing but selling own share, selling government share to the public. So they are trying to decontrol public companies, and slowly, steadily, these public companies will be converted into private companies. Now, second financial regulator, Reserve Bank of India. It is also known as mother of all financial institutions. Now let's see function of Reserve Bank of India. It takes care of monetary policy. It supervises banking and non-banking financial services. It takes care of financial institutions. It regulates money, forex, and government securities. It takes care of debt and cash management for central and state governments. It manages foreign exchange reserves. Then it takes care of foreign exchange management, current and capital account management. Then it acts as a bankers to bank. It acts as a banker to the central government. RBI takes care of currency management. It acts as a development. It even function as a not development bank. Then even RBI has a department who takes care of research and statistics. And on behalf of central government, it handles research and statistics. It collect data on different things. Now, SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, third major financial regulators. Like other financial regulator, these also work for the development of financial markets and to protect the investors. We can divide functions of SEBI in three parts. First is regulatory functions, then development functions, and last one protective functions. We have fourth major financial regulator, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. It takes care of corporate affairs in India through the Companies Act 1956, 2013, then Companies Act 2002, then Administration of Partnership Act 1932, the Companies Donation to National Funds Act 1951, then Societies Regulation Act 1980, and other allied acts, bills, and rules. It exercises supervision over the three professional bodies, namely Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Institute of Company Secretaries of India, and third, Institute of Court Accounts of India. Then we have a Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, IRDA, fifth major financial regulator. IRDA issue, renew, modify, withdraw, suspend, or cancel registration of insurance companies. It protects the policyholders' interest. Then it provides the code of conduct and training for insurance intermediaries and insurance agents. It regulates rates, advantages, terms, and conditions which may be offered by insurer not covered by Tariff Advisory Committee under Section 64U of the Insurance Act 1938, subsection 4 of 1938. Then we have a PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. It takes care of national pension scheme subscribed by employees of governments of India, state governments, and by employees of private institutions, organizations, and unorganized sectors. The PFRDA is ensuring the orderly growth and development of pension market. So these are the 6 major financial regulators which takes care of formal financial system. Now we'll see 4 components of financial system. Let me show you the flow chart. From that you will easily understand. See, 4 components: financial institutions, financial markets, financial instruments, and financial services. These 4 components are regulated by 6 major financial regulators. Just now we have seen the profiles of these regulators. Now we'll concentrate on institutions. Financial institutions channelizes savings. This institution channelizes money from surplus to deficit. We can bifurcate institutions into 2 parts. First is banks and second non-banks. In banks, we can have a SBI, nationalized banks, private private foreign banks, cooperatives bank, payment banks, development banks, rural banks, local area banks, patpedis. So these are the different banks. In non-banks, we have insurance companies, mutual fund agencies, credit rating agencies, stock exchange, broking firms, agents, property agents. To be very frank, then banks are creators of wealth. They generates money, and non-banks are users of money, which are created by banks. Now we'll see markets, financial markets. In financial markets, we can have capital market, money market, commodity market. Again, in capital market, you can invest in long-term securities. You can invest in shares, debentures, fixed deposits. So here, term is more than 1 year. We can further bifurcate capital market into two parts: primary market and secondary market. In primary market, you can invest in fresh securities. In secondary market, you can invest in old securities. Now we'll see money market. Money market, money market is for short-term securities. You can have a monetary instruments where you can park your money from one day to 364 days. You have notice money, you have a call money, you have market money, you have a commercial papers, certificates of deposits, treasury bills, repo instrument, reverse repo instruments, bills of exchanges. So you have such short-term instruments. If you want to deal in that, then you have to contact money market, because you will get these instruments here in money market only. Then we have a commodity market. If you want to invest in live plants, then you have to reach to commodity market. Even through stock exchange, you can invest in commodity market. Then we have a financial instruments, third component of financial system. Financial instruments is nothing but a financial claim. Through these instruments, you can invest in different securities. Like we have shares, debentures, fixed deposits, postal savings, insurance, mutual funds, provident fund, public provident funds, national savings certificate, Kisan Vikas Patra. So these are the financial instruments. As per the period, you can divide these instruments: short term, medium term, long term. Then fourth component, services, financial services. Again, financial services offered by financial intermediaries bridge the knowledge gap of investor. Like through wealth management, you are empowering investors. You are diversifying their portfolio. Then we have credit card services, phone banking, private placement, investment banking. So there are different categories which empower investor. I hope you understood the financial system. Now we'll see financial markets in detail. Let me show you the respective slide. See, as I told you, we can have two markets in financial market. First one is capital market, second is money market. Again, money market, you can deal in medium to long term funds. Again, banks, financial institutions borrows money from capital market. Capital market has two segments, primary and secondary. Primary market, fresh issue of shares, debentures. It is usually done through private placements to friends, relatives, and financial institutions, or by making public issue. If you are issuing shares or debentures to less than 50 people, then it is known as private placement. If you are issuing shares or debentures to more than 50 people, then it is known as public issue. Main players are underwriters, brokers. Now we'll see secondary market. It is also known as a stock market. If you want to deal in old securities, then you should have a demat account. You can deal in you can trade in shares, debentures. Then secondary market facilitates the growth of primary market, as the investors in the primary market are assured of continuous market for liquidity of their holdings. Major players: merchant bankers, mutual fund, financial institutions, and individual investors. In primary market, in secondary market, you have all these. You have merchant bankers, mutual fund, financial institution, and individual investors, plus stock brokers who are members of the stock exchange, who facilitates trading. Money market, again, as I told you, if you want to park money from 1 day to 364 days, you can invest your money here. Lower interest rate on short-term funds and bank loan rates than bank loan rates. Then you can, through this market, you can have a business relationship with stronger corporates. It helps to meet funding requirements relatively quickly for better rated corporates. Money market instruments should not be used as a permanent source of capital. I have already shared the instruments: money market instrument, notice money market, call money market. You have a treasury bill, commercial papers, certificates or deposits, bills of exchange. Duration varies. In call money market, you can invest up to 3 days. In notice money market, you can invest up to 15 days. Money market, you can invest up to 1 year. This is the distinguish between primary market and secondary market. Primary market, fresh issue of securities. Secondary market, existing long-term securities. Participants. In primary market, you have a financial institution, mutual fund, underwriters, and individual investors. In secondary market, you will have the same set of players with stock brokers. listing requirement in primary market approved for the purpose. That company should be listed on exchange with SEBI. In secondary market, no such requirement because already formality is completed in primary market, so no need of listing again. Determination of prices. How price is derived? Primary market management with due compliance with SEBI. Secondary market demand supply of the market. Okay. Then capital market and money market. Capital market is for long-term funds. Money market is for short-term funds. See the instruments. In capital market, you have shares, debentures, bonds, and government securities. In money market, you have treasury bill, commercial paper, trade bills, deposits, certificates. Participants in capital market: stockbroker, underwriter, mutual fund, financial institutions, individual investors. In capital market, you have Reserve Bank of India, commercial bank, non-banking financial companies, etc. Regulator, then capital market is regulated by SEBI, that is Securities Exchange Board of India. Money market, RBI controls. Through this chart, you will understand financial instruments and regulators. At the top, you can see names of regulators. In the middle, you will find financial instruments. Stock exchange, again, one of the key player in the one of the key player of financial system. Through exchange, you can deal in shares, debentures, and bonds, even in government securities. Securities Contra Regulation Act (SCRA) defines stock exchange as an association, organization, or body of individual, whether incorporated or not, established for the purpose of assisting, regulating, and controlling business of buying, selling, and dealing in securities. You can have two intentions. First, from the investment point of view, you can invest in stock market, or to earn. If you want to earn quick money, then you should have a speculative perception towards the market, towards the stock exchange. You can see the list of exchanges. Right now we have 9 stock exchanges. Out of that, 3 are specialized in commodity derivative exchanges. See, again, you regularly have to refer RBI's website and SEBI's website to monitor these exchanges. BSE and NSE are old stock exchanges. Functions of stock exchange: provides ready and continuous market, provides information about prices and sales, provides safety to dealing and investment, helps in mobilization of savings and capital formation. It acts as a barometer for economic and business conditions. Stock exchanges allocate funds efficiently. As I told you, NSE and BSE are 2 major exchanges, stock exchanges of India. Okay. Before concluding, let me show you 2 important slides. Okay. Through this table, we will come to know numbers of financial institutions. In SBI, we have one SBI. Earlier, there were 6 to 7 SBI and associates banks. Now we have 6. We have 11 nationalized banks. We have 4 development banks. We have 22 foreign, 22 private sector banks. We have 3 local area banks. We have 10 small finance banks. We have 7 payment banks. We have 46 foreign banks. We have 45 regional rural banks. We have 33 state cooperative banks. Learners, above list is subject to change due to government policies. So keep visiting RBI's website regularly. Even I have mentioned the source. So do visit RBI's website. Non-banking financial institutions, life insurance companies, general insurance companies, health insurance companies. Through this table, you will understand number of insurance companies. Again, this list is subject to change due to government policies. So refer website of financial services, one of the department of Ministry of Finance. We have 7 trade trading agencies. We have 7 clearing corporations. We have 2 depositories. Again, do refer SEBI's website regularly. You never know. Due to government policy, these numbers may change. Okay, students. I hope I have made you aware about the financial system. So as a wealth manager, you should know. You should know financial system. Thank you.